Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fat Balloonski's coming at you next with the Star Eater Scales build. Now this build we're going to super spam, I think, more than I've ever created before. We're going to utilize mods like glacial harvest, or glacial inheritance I should say. We're utilizing energy converter, and we're also utilizing Star Eater Scales. Now this exotic is absolutely insane. If you guys do not have it and you main hunter, or if you just like playing hunter, you need to get this exotic. It is nuts. It makes you pretty much super spam and make your super do more damage. So let's go ahead and jump right into this build. So for this build we're using revenant hunter. Although you don't need to, I personally love this subclass, and I love the fact that glacial inheritance is back because it works perfect with this subclass. As for my aspect, well, first the grenade, we're using cold snap grenades. Our aspects, we're using the new one, touch of winter, and we're also using grim harvest. Now the main reason we're using touch of winter is because it says cold snap grenades, seekers travel farther, faster, and chain one additional time. Now another fragment I'm using is whisper of bonds. So it says defeating frozen targets grants you super energy. Now these grenades obviously freeze instantly. They chain one more additional target. They go faster, so I can just freeze a lot of enemies very quickly and defeat those and get a nice chunk of super energy. Now moving on to my other fragments, we're using Whisper of Endurance. Slows from your abilities last longer, and abilities that linger, their duration is also increased. I believe that this does affect the super. I'm pretty sure it does because I've tried using the super without Whisper of Endurance and it seems to last shorter, although maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know, it just feels like it lasts longer. We're also using Whisper of Refractions. Defeating slow to frozen targets grants you class ability energy. I do also have 100 mobility, but I just like being able to spam dodge. And then we also got Whisper of Torment. You gain grenade energy each time you take damage from a target. So pretty much every time I take damage, I think it maybe has like a little bit of a cooldown, but every time I take damage, I get like a little bit of grenade energy, a little bit of grenade energy. So it's going to help me have my grenade available for energy converter. Now, as for my loadout, you do have a little bit of flexibility. Mainly you want to focus on using some kind of weapon with thresh. Right here I have this heritage or reconstruction thresh. It works very well with this build because I can generate orbs of power, and plus getting kills is going to give me super energy, and then each time I pick up an orb of power I'm going to get more super energy from it because of Star Eater Scales. Now we're also using another weapon, Shadow Price. I got Overflow Thresh. Now this one I'm not too sure about. I don't know if your primary weapon needs to have Thresh on it. I threw it on there just cause. Maybe if you have maybe a better ad clearing weapon, I don't know. But mainly I'm going to be doing ad clearing with the shotgun so I can get charges of light, and then we're going to use our super as much as possible. So that's my main two ways of ad clear. And our boss weapon or our chunky enemy weapon is Deathbringer. Now you don't have to use Deathbringer. Mine's Masterwork, so just in case I do spawn orbs of power, I can pick those up. And plus Deathbringer is nuts right now. But if you don't have it or if you don't like it, you can use just any rocket. Honestly, you can use anything you want here. Now onto my stats, we got 102 mobility. My dodge is on an 11-second cooldown. Plus we also have Whisper Refractions, so it's going to be much shorter than that if I'm able to kill slow to frozen targets. I just like being able to spam dodge whenever I need it, so that's why I have 100 mobility. We got 36 resilience. We got 41 recovery. I would have liked for this maybe to be a little higher, I'm not too sure, but I have 41 discipline. Now I really would have liked for this to be a little higher, but it is what it is. We have 24 intellect. This literally doesn't matter. If I can just take honestly all 24 points and put them into discipline, I would. And then we also have 57 strength. So let's go ahead and jump to our mods real quick. We got a minor mobility mod. We got shotgun ammo finder, so I can utilize heritage as much as possible. And then we have supercharge. You can gain additional 2 stacks of charge with light, so now I'm able to have 4 stacks of charge with light. Onto my gauntlets, we got a mobility mod. We got auto rifle loader. Now we also have impact induction. Causing damage with a melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown. So if I'm ever in a situation where I need to get my grenade back, I can just use my shuriken or whatever, what is it called, withering blade. As long as I hit an enemy, I get some nice grenade energy back. And then we also got charged up, so now I can have a total of 5 stacks of charge of light, which is the maximum. And on my chest piece, we got a minor mobility mod. We got arc damage resist. Now the main reason I have this on is to activate the second perk here, but I'll get to that in just a second. Now we also have concussive dampener, so I can take less damage from bosses and pretty much any of the heavy hitting damage attacks in the game. And then we also have quick charge. Become charged with light by rapidly defeating multiple combatants with fusion rifles or shotguns. And in the secondary perk, which is why I have the arc resist on, greatly increase the ready speed of fusion rifles, shotguns, SMGs, or swords. So I just threw that on just because I might as well activate it. It's there, and plus it makes my shotgun feel more fluid and more like easier to use. But the main reason is that charge of light. As long as I kill, I think it's 2 or more enemies, maybe it's 3. I become charged with light, and then it's usually going to spawn an orb of power, so I pick that up so I get 2 stacks of charge with light just for killing 2 enemies. It's insane. Now on to the exotic piece of choice, Star Eater Scales. These are brand new to the season of the Splicer. You get them from the Legend Lost sector as long as it's dropping leg armor that day. say. Now let's go over the armor perk real quick. Feast of Light. You gain additional super energy from orbs of power that you pick up. While your super energy is full, picking up an orb of power overcharges your super, causing you to gain a burst of healing when cast and a bonus to your super damage. At maximum overcharge, you also gain an overshield. Now, I haven't done any like damage tests. It's not really my thing to see damage numbers, but I believe that this is better than Celestial Nighthawk as long as you have like the 4 stacks of Feast of Light or whatever. So this thing is insane. You can do boss damage, plus it allows you to spam your super because you get a lot more super energy for picking up an orb of power. Like, it's not a little bit, like the little orbs that you spawn from getting kills with masterwork weapons, it feels like you're picking up the big ones from super kills. Like, it is insane the amount of super energy you get with this exotic. I think that this is going to be a permanent exotic on my hunter. This, maybe 6 Coyote, but honestly, I'm loving this exotic right now. Now onto the mods, we got a mobility mod. We got shotgun scavenger, so I get more shotgun ammo. Now we have innervation. This is pretty important for this build because it reduces your grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So if I'm ever in a situation where I have the 5 stacks of energy, 5 stacks of charge of light, and then I don't have any grenade energy and I use my super ready, I don't have my grenades, so I pick up orbs of power and I'm able to get my grenade back. And then we also have taking charge. I become charge of light by picking up orbs of power. And onto my hunter cloak, we're using glacial inheritance. Defeating targets with your stasis super refunds super energy. This is how I'm going to be able to spam super, because not only am I using glacial inheritance, I'm also using energy converter. While charge of light, using your grenade attack grants you super energy, consuming all stacks of charge of light. The more stacks you have, the more super energy you gain, up to a maximum of 50% of your super energy. So the wording is a bit confusing here, but as long as you are underneath 50% of your super energy, you're gonna get some super energy back. But once you're over it, it doesn't consume the stacks and you get no super energy. So pretty much what you want to do is use your super and immediately throw your grenade, so that way you get that super energy, and then once your super ends, it activates glacial inheritance, you get some more super energy in return. By that time, you should be picking up any orbs of power you can generate, and then you'll have your super back, and you just keep that cycle going. So it's literally use your super, activate energy converter by throwing your grenade, picking up any other orbs of light, getting charged with light, get to ×5. Once your super's back, do it again. It is absolutely nuts. And as for my hunter fashion, we just went with an all black look. We're using some of the Crown of Sorrows raid armor, as well as I believe that this is Scourge of the Past raid armor right here. I really like this look. It's pretty simple, literally all black, but I don't know, I've always liked this raid armor, and now I can actually use it with transmog, and I don't know, I love it. Plus the exotic, I don't know, I think it kind of goes with it. Plus, like, look at my arms, it has some kind of like spot, like spikes right here, I don't know, but if you guys want to see it, you can go right here, right down to the new screen, and here is the shader. We got amethyst veil and everything, and then here are the transmog armor I'm using. So if you guys want to pause it and take a look at it, there is my hunter fashion. So I know that I had already created a glacial inheritance hunter build before, but honestly this one is so much more better. Star Eater scale is insane because you get more super energy per orb of power you pick up. Plus I'm using glacial inheritance again, energy converter, and then once I pick up more orbs of power, once my super is full, it just does more damage. So I literally never have to worry about becoming charge of light, because I'm getting shotgun kills, which is going to make me become charge of light. I'm generating orbs of power from getting those shotgun kills, so that's going to make me become charge of light. And then if I run out of shotgun ammo, my auto rifle has thresh, my shotgun has thresh. There's just so much super energy, it is insane. And Star Eater scales, I think that this is going to be, dare I say, the best hunter exotic in the game, because it does more damage with your super and you get more super energy for picking up orbs of power. So in something like a raid, everyone's using wells, bubbles, or just supers in general, clearing ads, there's going to be so many orbs generated that you're literally never going to have to worry about it. Plus, you're like the catalyst. Once you use your super, generate more orbs of power for your teammates, they're going to use their supers, you're going to get more super energy in return from Star Eater skills, then you can use your super again. You're literally never going to run out of super energy, and it's insane. So it's actually kind of hard to show off what this build can do in a short little gameplay clip, because you kind of really need to see the whole gameplay footage or the whole session or whatever I'm doing activity to see how many times I actually spam my super. I didn't keep count, but I know that it's more than just your normal super usage, because Star Eater skills is just that good. Now there's only one minor downfall to this build, and that's dying. I guess you can say that about any build, but with this build specifically, if you die while you have your stacks of charge of light, that's it. You lose all your stacks of charge of light, and if you have the Feast of Light perk activated from Star Eater scales, you lose that as well. So dying is very crucial to this build, and you cannot die. I mean, it literally goes for any build, but I feel like it's definitely way more impactful for this build, because you want to hold on to the stacks and hold on to that Feast of Light, and that's what gets your build going, the stacks and damage buff from Star Eater scales. So if you lose that, then you kind of got to to get that back again, which is not hard. Getting stacks of charge of light is very easy because getting shotgun kills and orbs of power. And as long as you're picking up orbs of power, you're gonna get the feast of light stacks going anyway. So there's really not that much like downside to it, but it still kind of hurts the build and hurts the flow of the build. So there you boys have it, a new Star Eater Scales build. You have to get this exotic if you play Hunter. It is insane, and I think it's going to be top tier for any activity. Something like override, raids, dungeons, wherever you need super damage, especially in Atheon with the new vault, well not new but returning Vault of Glass raid. You really need to use your super for the boss fight. So get this exotic because it is going to be phenomenal. Now I'm gonna let the gameplay footage roll for just a little bit longer so that way you guys can see how much super energy I'm actually generating. So if you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly means a lot. But definitely stay tuned or keep watching if you want to see what this exotic can do and what this build can do. But other than that, that's it for me. There's no like, I didn't talk over the gameplay. It was just raw footage, so you can just sit back, relax, or just watch on your phone or whatever. So definitely enjoy and let me know what you guys think.
Broken code. Deal with the vags, but keep one eye on the terminal.